Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I could have had on either hat. I don't know, BTBG hat, the Beat the Black Guy hat, or the Told Ya hat, right? Anything like that. Didn't I tell you guys? I know you guys don't like to come here, you know what I'm saying? You don't like the audio, or it ain't loud enough, or dude ain't got no intro, whatever it is. But y'all know one thing, the dude be right about things, and he has integrity. Those things are important, or at least they used to be. Bottom line is this. Didn't I tell you guys that Canelo Alvarez ain't gonna fight Terence Crawford? Gave you the reasons why, right? I've told you Canelo is not into passing legacy to others because he hasn't really had to do much to have this legacy, right? We're our haste in saying how great he is, right? Even though there's no distance in all of his biggest fights, there's no distance. He has losses. He's been doped before, and he is considered one of the best fighters. He won't fight people that are hard in his divisions. I mean, it's legendary. You know, we can talk to Jamal Charlo's when they made the franchise title. Imagine that, the franchise title. And if I started talking about that, this video would go long. But we know how egregious that was, just so he doesn't have to fight Jamal Charlo. That's why I call it the Charlo belt. And then, you know, I'm not going to fight Demetrius Andrade for undisputed because I would pass that legacy to him, right? Then Demetrius Andrade would have been undisputed. We got a brother that's undisputed in the middleweight division. We can't have that. I've talked about that, right? Then we go up to 168. We don't fight David Benavidez. They give him that title. He won't fight Benavidez. He wouldn't fight Morrell, even though there was, you know, the awesome guys there. And his mandatories. Everything else we can't talk about. Well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. You know, those things that we don't ask the easy fighters that he fight. You know, well, Benavidez didn't do this, but Yildirim did. Morrell, he didn't do this, but Rory Fielding did. Munguia did. You know what I mean? Now, this is what's going on. And it's all about passing legacy to someone else. And the bottom line is, the general consensus is this. It's about 60% of the people think that Terence Crawford can pull this off against Canelo Alvarez. And the boxing world has, you know, a big sigh of relief right now that Terence Crawford is not going to fight Canelo because they don't want to see that. Because they saw what Floyd Mayweather, old Floyd Mayweather, did to him. And the possibility of him beating him. And they will say it's running instead of, because did Floyd Mayweather run from Canelo? Do you guys remember? That wasn't running. That was piecing his ass up. That's what that was. And the possibility of that happening again with an older guy, right? So we wouldn't have the old excuse. Then a lighter guy. So we wouldn't have a he's too big excuse like Canelo was using for not fighting Benavidez, right? Even though they're the same weight divisions. You have some articles, the Fox News of Boxing, Boxing News 24, right? I'll keep telling you guys, who have suggested that Crawford should go up in weight. He should go up in weight and fight, right? David Morrell, David Benavidez, and Pacheco, right? He should do that. One, they're not in Canelo's weight division anymore, right? When we asked Canelo to fight him, they just moved up. No, they didn't. They didn't move up because Canelo wouldn't fight them after 2.5 years of waiting. Now they're up in the next division. But Boxing News 24/7 will tell you that Crawford should move up and fight the guys that are not even in Canelo's division anymore, a division higher, right? That's what he should do. But Canelo, who they were his mandatories, didn't have to do that. This is what they're suggesting, right, from Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's supposed to fight Canelo, right? And he's big already, but he's supposed to fight him, right? Among other things. But this is what we're dealing with. Now, what we're going to have people justifying. Well, hey, Jake Paul, which should be embarrassing to do. Canelo should not be fighting a Jake Paul or a Conor McGregor, right? But he's going to do that. And they're going to justify it with the money he's going to make for doing that. Now, mind you, for fighting Terence Crawford would have been his biggest payday, $100 million before the pay-per-views in a big old stadium down there in Las Vegas, the first stadium fight. All of that to fight Terence Crawford. Now, Some people say, well, he won't get any credit for beating Terrence Crawford. He'll get more credit for beating Terrence Crawford than he did for beating 95% of the people he's beat. 95. He gets more than beating Jaime Munguia. He gets more than beating Berlanga. He gets more than beating Yildirim. He gets more than beating Amir Khan. He gets more than beating Caleb, except for maybe not Caleb Plant. Maybe not Caleb Plant, right? Maybe not, well, I can't say Lara because he didn't really beat him. You know what I mean? I could say Golovkin 3, maybe not because Golovkin 3 was old. And the Golovkin 1 and 2, he didn't really beat those. Well, it's not too many fights that he would get more credit than beating Terrence Crawford, and we know that, right? But we're going along. Now, me, of course, knowing that this was going to happen, so I'm not surprised. I know that you guys are, but make sure, tell a friend. When you tell a friend, stop hiding me. You know what I'm saying? We hide me in YouTube because, you know, the dude's not monetized. Y'all know where y'all get the truth at. Tell a friend. Make them come by, right? Because they know damn well. You knew damn well what's up. Now, we're going to read article, right, from Fox News of boxing, right, real quick. All right, and here's the difference. You know, somebody writes some article from America as opposed somewhere else. Canelo Crawford bout scrapped. What went wrong? This is not even the good one. This one here is a little bit, you know, nice. But still, this is what they write. Canelo Alvarez vs. Terrence Crawford bout is off, now for September, with no reason given. The fight was never actually made, so it's not a shock that it's no longer happening. Fight off, right? Here we go. There's still no reason given for why Canelo Crawford fight isn't happening, but the two fighters probably had different views of what they felt it was worth. The Ring is reporting that the fight is off the Turkey Al-Ashi's magazine. That's Turkey's Al-Ashi's magazine now. Canelo, 62-2-2 with 39 KOs, plans to fight YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in May on Cinco de Mayo. The fight is expected to bring in a lot of pay-per-view buys due to Jake's popularity on Instagram and YouTube, right? So they're already justifying that, hey, he's going to fight this guy who's not really a boxer yet, right? If you're Canelo, fighting Jake is the better deal because there's more involved. Since he'll have to deal with a fan backlash, he might as well get the most money. Boom. So he might as well get the most money because he's going to have a fan backlash. This is, you know, your Fox News. Fans were already criticizing Canelo versus Crawford, calling it a cash grab, and seeing no sporting value in it because Terrence needed to move up 2 weight classes from 154 to 168. Canelo would receive 0 credit for beating Crawford and would be dumped on for cherry-picking another smaller guy, as he did in 23 when he beat 154-pounder Jermell Charlo. Fighting Jake Paul is the better deal. Now, that's what they wrote. Somebody actually wrote this. It's the better deal for Canelo because he has 28.8 million Instagram followers and 20.9 million YouTube subscribers. That is an enormous number of fans who would potentially purchase a fight between them, making Alvarez even wealthier than he is now. Weight dynamics. Crawford should move up to 168 and proven himself against what they mean prove. So let's read it again, what they wrote it and proven himself. But let's read it right. Canelo should have moved up to 168 and proved himself against Diego Pacheco, David Morrell, and David Benavidez so he can make things easier for Canelo. Somebody actually wrote this. You want to read it again? This is what somebody wrote and it was published. Crawford should have moved up to 168 and proved himself against Diego Pacheco, David Morrell, and David Benavidez so he can make things easier for Canelo. If Terrence beats those guys, no one would have an issue about Canelo fighting him. Did Jaime Munguia have to beat those guys? Did Yildirim have to beat those guys? Did Canelo himself have to beat those guys? Right? Did Berlanga have to beat those guys? Rory Fielding have to beat those guys? Did anybody that he's fought in the last 5 years when he's been up 168 pounds have to beat those guys? No. The little guy, 2, or let's be real, 3 weight divisions lower, he would have to beat those guys. Damn it, we know damn well if Terrence Crawford would have beat those guys, Canelo ain't fighting them even worse. He ain't going to get close to them because he won't get close to those guys. So Canelo can make more money fighting David Benavidez than he can against Crawford. Yeah, but he hasn't done it. And he just makes it categorically said he's not doing it, right? Turkey could have seen the amount of attention for Benavidez versus David Morrell fight generated last Saturday night, and it would have been a better deal to get the Mexican monster for Canelo. Yeah, well, Turkey Alishi has tried that. That's what Fox News of boxing writes. You understand? That's what they're gonna do. And so here's the deal, guys in the internet making videos. We have a few guys that's still pissed off that Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, and they've just lost their integrity and they can't say anything positive about Terrence Crawford. The problem with that is, guys, Terrence Crawford is a legend. And I think you shouldn't use your energy for that. You know, it's just cool for me because I don't have to watch these guys anymore. But I'm just saying, it's just like, it's really a sad thing. That's why people get away with doing what they do nowadays, because they know they can depend on the house niggas, that's what I call them, to support what they're up to. And what they're up to is devious and evil. It's not, you know, listen, man, you have to fight for justice sometimes. And it's not justice what's going on. Now, damn, Canelo fight whoever he wants to, man, whatever. But he should just get rid of the belts. He should have done that a long time ago, and everybody should have made sure there's an outrage that he should. But when people come on here, in the next few days, you're going to be watched people. Canelo can do what he wants. And people, you know, on TV saying that. Why? He's just a fucking boxer. Oh, excuse me. He's just a boxer. Why can't he do what he wants? Why? What the hell is why should he be able to do what he wants? He could do what he wants. Canelo's already a legend. He's already a 4-division weight champion and all those things that we're gonna say. Instead of this guy is ruining what sport. His fans are ruining the sport because other things, other emotions are outweighing just the fairness of sport. And we should all, in unison, be against that. But we can't seem to get it together now, can we? Now, here's an article that's not from America. Let's see what they're saying. Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford's record-breaking showdown for $2 billion in the $2 billion stadium is off. Canelo throws shade at Crawford's record. Canelo Alvarez eagerly awaited showdown with Terrence Crawford is reportedly off. First of all, eagerly awaited. But see how they worded it? The two greats were set to collide at super middleweight at Las Vegas' $2 billion Allegiant Stadium in September. Crawford was set to move up 2 weight divisions to fight the 34-year-old Mexican at 168 pounds. But Ring Magazine revealed that a source is claiming the fight has been canceled without providing any further details about the reasons for pulling the plug. Fans were desperate to see the pound-for-pound icons do battle in the squared circle. See? Like, you know, or when people that are not in America that want boxing, they're eagerly awaiting, all right? Canelo was the only fighter in history to rule as undisputed king of the busy super middleweight division, and 37-year-old Crawford is an unbeaten 4-weight world champion. Saudi boxing chief Turkey Alishi was instrumental in getting the tough match made, but his efforts may now have been in vain. The Sin City Showdown could have smashed records and been the biggest commercial draw of 225 in boxing. Let's read that again. The Sin City Showdown could have smashed records and been the biggest commercial draw in the 225 in boxing. This is what, you know, it could have been and should have been, right? Allegiant Stadium opened in 2020 and is home of the Las Vegas Raiders. The multi-purpose venue, which hosted last year's Super Bowl, is capable of housing 71.5 thousand people at peak capacity. Right? Alvarez and Crawford would have been the first boxing event to be held there. If the stadium was filled, the bout would have challenged Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's famous 215 battle of the American Gate revenue record. We don't have to keep it up. You see the positives of the fight, right? As opposed to when Americans write it and publish it, we make it like it's not a big fight. You know, Canelo, let's make this clear before I sign off. Canelo hasn't fought anybody as significant as Terrence Crawford in ages, right? In ages, right? And this is where they spit in your face and have no respect for your intelligence. And they understand that you're going to help aid and abet them in doing things like this. To not only not fight Terrence Crawford, but to put the cherry on top and say, but I'm going to fight Jake Paul is a low point in this game. And everybody, pay attention. Share this one. I don't care. I mean, you share, like, and subscribe. I don't even ask you guys to do that. Share this one, though. Make sure people get the word. You cannot support this crap anymore. If that means not supporting Canelo, then that's what it means. You're going to have to take a stand for the next few months because there's nothing that Canelo can do that's more significant than Terrence Crawford if it's not David Benavidez. right? If it's not David Morrell. Or, and I'll say to a lesser extent, even my boy, even if he fights Demetrius Andrade at 168, we'll accept that. Anything less than that is not on Terrence Crawford's level because, damn it, we know how awesome Terrence Crawford is. Everyone knows that. Just only a few of us will say it out loud. Some people seem to have shackles and won't. And those people, too, ignore them, too. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. Have a nice day, y'all. And I'm about here.